Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to be planning out next week, which is the week of March 11th. It is Saturday, the day that I'm doing this. I typically like to do this before Saturday, but this week has been a little bit chaotic. So here we are planning out my week on Saturday, and I'm excited to share a couple of new things I have been doing in terms of how I plan my week. The general structure is very much the same. This is my weekly planning pad that I created, coming down to the last couple pieces here, but You'll see one of the steps this week is to get the merch designs to the team so I can place the order, which will allow me to restock the daily notepads. And then once those are restocked, I'm gonna have them send me a box of stuff. And obviously with the new stuff, I was like, we're not gonna pay for shipping to send me weekly pads when I can very easily print this one out myself, because you can get the physical notepads. Sorry, I'm rambling at the beginning of this video. You can get the physical notepads, both the weekly and the daily, and the weekly is just an 8.5 by 11. And so it is pretty easy for me to just print it out myself if I want to. So I can do that when I run out. The daily is a little bit trickier from a size standpoint. Anyways, let's get this week all planned out. I am still working on my AM and PM routine consistently, but I do not put them on my weekly layout anymore. I think I said that in the last weekly plan with me. Mostly it's just for clutter purposes right now in my life. I like this sheet of paper to have the least amount of things on it so I can see the white space in my life. And even though my AM and PM routines are happening, they're also not happening at the same time every day. So it doesn't really matter. So one of the big things I have been doing is doing kind of color coding for work and personal. And I don't use the same colors every week. I switch it up, but I tend to pick two colors, one for work and one for personal. So this week we're gonna do this like peachy color for personal and yellow for work. I like, if I can, to have the colors match as closely as possible between the mild liner and the zig dot markers. And there are only so many combinations that match together. So anyways, we start where do I want to start? Okay, first things first, the dot markers are going to be for to-do items, and then the mild liners, I make boxes for the things that are timed, like at a set time. So we're going to start there with the things that are scheduled, and let's start with the personal. Monday, there are no personal things on the calendar. Tuesday, there's not like a set time, but our anniversary is on Tuesday. So I'm gonna put a little box here to mark spending the evening with my husband and our daughter. We celebrated our anniversary, just the two of us, last night. And so we're gonna just order in some dinner, watch our wedding video, and hang out as a little family. And then on Thursday, we have swim lessons. They have moved from Mondays to Thursdays, partially because we switched swim schools, which I talked a little bit more about in my goals video. And when I switched swim schools, the Monday time slot was gone. But part of the reason we were doing Mondays is so that Sam could come watch. He has more flexibility on Mondays. I think I've mentioned this in a bazillion videos at this point. My husband also works for himself. He's a financial planner and advisor. And so he is in control of his own schedule. And he tries not to at least schedule calls on Mondays. And he leaves Monday for admin work. So Monday afternoons was a good time for him to come watch swim lessons. Well, he's entering kind of a busier season at work. And so he's like, I'm not going to be able to prioritize every week anyways. So do what works best for you. And Mondays for me, I am so motivated and have all this extra oomph on Mondays that I want to, if possible, set those aside to really focus more on work. And by Thursday afternoon, I'm almost tapped out anyways. So it makes more sense for us to do kind of the more personal, fun Lila stuff later in the week. I am rambling. What I thought was going to be a short plan with me is turning into a very chatty video. Okay. And then same thing on Fridays, we are going to do a gymnastics class. We can put that in quotes, because like it's gymnastics for a 6-month-old, but that is on Fridays. And then on Friday morning, we don't have it at a set time, so I'm just going to put it from 8 to 10 just for a visual standpoint. My friend is going to come over and we're going to watch the new Grey's Anatomy episode that airs the night before. But evening times don't work well for either of us on weekdays. So she's going to come over Friday morning and we're going to watch it. And then on Friday evening, I guess I'll put it at 6. This is kind of like, it goes into the whole weekend, but Sam's siblings are coming to visit. I'm putting the box for the arrival time, but really it blends into the whole weekend. So those are the personal boxes. So let's go ahead and fill those in with words before my brain forgets them. So Tuesday is 2 years married. Some days it feels like, oh my gosh, it's already been 2 years. And some days I'm like, how has it not been 20? And then Thursday afternoon we have swim, and Friday we have a busy day, B, and then we have gymnastics, and then we have siblings land. I actually don't know exactly what time their flight lands. I need to look that up. I know it's sometime Friday evening. Okay, so those are the personal scheduled things. Let's do the work scheduled things. So the first thing is on Monday, I have a call with my content coach. I think I've mentioned this before, but I work with a coach to help me create content with a more strategic mindset as opposed to just like, here's the videos I want to talk about. And so I have a quarterly call with her, and that is on Monday. And then Wednesday, we have the live. And then we also have the community coaching call on Wednesday as well. And that's it in terms of work scheduled tasks. So here is call Amanda, the live, and then community call. All right, now let's do some of the to-dos. So I'm gonna start with work because it's a little bit easier. So I am going to put my work to-do starting at 10. Sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 9, sometimes it's 11. It kind of bounces all over the place depending on Lila's schedule, my mom's schedule, but all kinds of things. Visually, I like that they are condensed in like the middle of the day, but it's not necessarily like they're happening at these exact times. So on Monday, I have 3 things. I'm gonna start with just all of the dots, and then I'll go in and fill them all in. Wednesday, we're gonna do 2 before and then 2 after. And then on Thursday, we have 3. Okay, so Monday, I should put the lid back on this, huh? Monday, actually every day, this should be no surprise if you've watched a plan with me of mine before, is the communication routine. So every day I set aside time to respond to comments, texts, emails, all of the things related to communication and my business. And then on Mondays, I've been doing a weekend recap instead of posting live on Instagram on the weekends. I have been loving that. Absolutely loving that. And then I'm gonna start editing the pod on Monday. I doubt, kind of depending on how Monday goes, I'm gonna finish that because the episode I'm editing next week is the one, it will have already been out. It's the one with our future sister-in-law talking about weddings, and the raw footage is 60 minutes. So there's no way I'm gonna finish that and have this call on Monday. So I also have edit pod on Tuesday to finish up whatever I don't get to Monday. And then I also need to finish some content on Tuesday. I am incredibly behind. I'm frustrated at myself for letting, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna go into it in this video. Okay, Wednesday, I'm gonna finish the merch designs. I've already decided, I've done a rough draft of what I want the designs to be on the new products, but I haven't done them yet. Maybe by the time this video goes up, I feel like I say that every plan with me. By the time this video goes up, it'll be up, but I have no idea. Okay, and then I need to do the recap for the live. And then I'm gonna start to work on some sales page updates for my websites. So kind of the same thing on Wednesday as the pod. I know I'm not gonna finish it all on Wednesday, partially from a time standpoint, partially from an energy standpoint. I'm gonna need a break before the evening time. And so I will finish that on Thursday. And then the last step of my work week is to plan. I also forgot to put a dot here for the replay, the live. I'm really trying, as I sit here and film a video on a Saturday, to be done with work by Thursday. That is my goal. I would like Friday to be able to do personal stuff, and you'll see I'm gonna do some home stuff and goals. So then Saturday and Sunday can just be rest and family time and just not fretting about those things. Anyways, I'm working my way there. So those are all of the work tasks for the week. let's move into personal tasks. So one of the things that I have realized, and I guess I could do this not with a dot, no, I'm gonna do it with a dot, is that I need to do my workout first thing in the morning. And like, if I don't do it first thing, I am so good at putting it off. And in my head, I'm like, oh, but I could do that when she's awake and she can watch me. And it's like, I should take her nap time to do work stuff. And while some days that might be true, and like maybe weeks that my mom is out of town and I don't have her support, I do need to save Lila's nap times for work time. But right now, all of 20 minutes of her nap, Laken, you can spend that working out. So that is, I'm putting it at the top of the day, top of the page. It's not happening at 6 a.m. She's not down for a nap at that time, but I'm just putting it at the top to be like, this is the first thing that you're doing. Like when you are done with your AM routine and momming, you're doing your workout. And I'm aiming for 4 days a week. That is my goal. And then the other thing that I am doing is, if you watched my goals video, by the time this plan with me goes up, we will already be into April. But if you watch my goals video from March, I am working on like weekly and monthly recurring tasks that have to happen around the house. And so for the weekly tasks, what I'm trying to do is one per day, one-ish per day, Monday through Friday. Really, it's more like one per day, Monday through Thursday, and then playing catch up on Friday. And some of them are super short and some of them are longer. So that is what is going under the workout. So like Monday, it's watering the plants, which takes all of 5 minutes. Tuesday is running the Roomba, which again, doesn't take that much time on my part unless she like gets stuck or needs help, because I like having Monday and Tuesday. And then same thing with Wednesday. I like having being really focused on work. Thursday, I clean Lila's room and change out her sheets and stuff. The Roomba doesn't go in her room, so I vacuum her room and all that. So those are kind of the household things that I try to do in the morning before household personal goals, before I get started with work stuff. So then on Friday, I have 2 weekly things that I want to do first thing, and then another weekly thing that I can't do until later. So it's meal planning. Oh, actually there's 3 things. Why do I have it in my calendar? I have it later in the day. I guess it doesn't matter. Probably because Brooke is coming. So meal planning and running the Roomba, and then actually cleaning the floors can't be done until the Roomba is done. And then also changing our sheets. That also will go along with changing all the other sheets to get ready for his siblings to come. And then I also need to do the bathrooms before his siblings come. That's not the cycle that I've been trying to do the bathrooms, but we're having company, so it is what it is. Okay, and then the last piece of it is the monthly stuff. So like I said, I've been trying to save Fridays. Yeah, I totally messed that up, whatever. You can't really even see it on camera that I move my hand and it smeared. Anyways, the other thing I've been trying to do is do the weekly stuff on Fridays, and then whatever the monthly task is for the week. Again, I talked about this more in my goals video, that I'm trying to do 1 or 2 monthly items each week instead of trying to do them all the last week or the first week of the month, which is like historically what I've tried to do. And I don't know why I never thought to do it differently than that. Thank you to the person who commented and suggested I do it differently. So what I have been doing is putting that on Fridays. But because my friend is coming over on Friday morning, I am going to try to do those on Thursday between work and going to swim. So the 2 monthly things this week are Charlie's fountain. That's actually a bi-weekly thing, is to clean out her water fountain and replace the filters and all the things in her water fountain. And then deep clean the humidifiers. So those are the monthly things that are on Thursday this week instead of Friday. I'm looking at my Google Cal that I like to play with to move all the things around. And then this is where we end up. And that is the plan for the week. So I feel like this got really rambly. I'm not sure how I spent this much time planning out what looks like a very simple week, but that is this video. If you liked it, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every week focused on helping you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for watching. The least amount of, did I say that right? Let me start that sentence again. Does that make sense? I cannot talk today. I'm gonna start there. Whoa, Laken, whoa. Or, you know,